Hello, my name is Subhashree Mangaraj and I am pursuing my Masters in Data and Knowledge Engineering. I welcome you all today to one of our interview sessions with one of our faculties from the Informatic Department. Hello, Professor.
Hello.
So, can you just tell us about yourself and the department to which you belong to?
Yes. Hello. So my name is Frank Ortmeier. I'm here the Professor of Software Engineering. So software engineering is basically the discipline which aims at building large and complex software systems.
So today we are going to talk about or discuss about the course Clean Code Development. So, Professor, what is this course all about?
Well, clean code is the opposite of bad smelling code.
Okay.
So like building software can be built such it looks nice and works and breaks down with the smallest storm, or it can be built such that it is extensible, that it allows for new use cases, can be maintained and can work correctly for a very long time. So that's what clean code is about, how to build software like that.
Okay, so it is basically about how to write good coding, or it teaches us about a specific code language?
No, it's software engineering that's independent of programming
language. Okay.
So it tells you how to write good and very good code. So.
Okay. So this course, Clean Code Development, how do you feel that how it would help me as being in the IT industry in my professional environment?
Okay, just assume you work for a large company. Let's take Microsoft for an example. And now take an example, for example, a team that is building team foundation services.
Okay.
So that's 40 to 50 people. They release some new software every 3 weeks, which is deployed for 4.5 million users.
Okay.
So if you have some experience in development, how would you make sure that within only 3 working weeks you produce some tested, working, functionally correct extension which can be deployed worldwide?
Oh.
So this starts with issue tracking, who is doing what. It starts with process definitions. For example, even the definition of done. If you work in a collaborative software team, what does it mean I'm done with the task?
Okay.
Is it enough having the code written? Is it enough having the code in the tests? Is it enough having the codes and the tests and the reviews? Do you need some documentation? Has it been tested how it can be deployed and all that stuff? That's what you learn in clean code.
Okay, so it is a complete workflow of the project.
Exactly, and we do it in a very practical way. So if you go to this course, you will have, of course, normal lectures, but a large part is project work, and that's also part of the grading. So you get an existing code base, which you should extend, adapt to changing requirements, integrate some continuous integration, some issue tracking, some unit testing. All these words, which might be new for some of our students at the beginning, should be very well known for them at the end, and they should be able to also do that, and not only know how it works.
So basically it is a practical oriented course.
Yeah, it has a large part of practical work.
Yeah. So how would this course help me in my master thesis?
How it would help you in your master thesis, that depends on your master thesis, of course.
Okay.
If you do a master thesis which is purely academic and where you don't develop any code, then I would say then this course itself won't help you in the master thesis so much.
Okay.
However, if you do a master thesis together with industry, some applied research, then it will help you a lot. For example, we had one very good master student who followed this principle and developed a new sort of data acquisition service for one of the larger plants of Volkswagen here, I think.
Okay.
That might be difficult to do without.
Okay. So are there any master theses provided from the Department of Software Engineering?
Yes.
Yeah.
Couple of more, I think a dozen or so. We have some, many of them together with industry, but also some algorithmic master theses. Many deal about algorithms for building systems for process optimization, digitalization. So most of it is in this domain of Industry 4.0.
Okay, okay, that's good to know. And any subsequent courses that I can take up after completing this course successfully, clean code development?
We have something which is called Scrum in Practice.
Yeah.
Many people have heard of Scrum, and
Yes.
even if you go to an introductory course on software engineering, you always hear about Scrum.
Yes.
But that's always only PowerPoint slides. So in Scrum in Practice, we do something differently. We set up a Scrum team, so the course is maximum 2 times 5. We do some introductory lectures and technical trainings, and then we set the team up as a real Scrum team, meaning 40 hours in 1 week.
Okay.
Really building some software in 3 iterations and having all that stress and all those nasty requirements to really make something run in 1.5 days, and then you have a customer coming with new ideas which throw over some of your plans.
Okay.
And you have to adapt to that.
So it is basically one replica of how things work in an industry.
Yeah, it's exactly. That was the whole idea. And
idea,
most students like it very much.
Yes. So for this course, Clean Code Development, do we need any prerequisites to attend the course?
Yes. I would say it's not important which programming language you worked with, but if you never worked with a programming language, then it might be very, very hard.
Very hard, okay.
Because writing tests and code reviews without any knowledge is very hard.
We should have at least some basic knowledge, or at least we should have worked on one of the programming languages.
Yeah, that's a minimum requirement.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if you have some additional experiences in object-oriented programming and software engineering, this is
then that would
helpful.
help. That would help. Okay. So you have been associated with the course for a long time, I would guess. So what is the strategy that you would suggest to the students that wish to take up this course to get a good grade?
The strategy to get a good grade?
Yeah.
Well, do good work.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, we don't have any traditional written or oral exam, but we rather have 2 milestone grading projects. So through the whole semester, students will get this code base, and they apply issue tracking, testing, and all that stuff to the code base. And then we do 2 interviews with them to grade this. And so the best strategy is to work continuously on that, and then you can get very good grades.
Okay, and maybe sticking to the timeline that we have for the projects.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You will have mini presentations with tutors every week, and twice in the semester the larger ones. And if you stick to the plan, you can get very good grades.
Okay. So have you come across any common mistakes that are done by the students that usually end up with a bad grade or maybe failing the course?
Yes, if they don't follow this. And one of the good things is, for example, one part is, for example, that we have version control systems where we see when students do something and when the students don't do something.
Okay.
And there, for example, you see a huge correlation between the grades and whether students do something only 1.5 weeks before the exam or continuously twice a week.
Okay. So there's a tracking system of...
and we don't do this for ourselves. Also, if you work in a collaborative software development team, you have all these commits and they are dated, and that's just a side effect that you see how people work. You also see if they work at night or at day, but that's not a huge difference. Working continuously is
the main thing. Okay, so do students work in group in clean code development?
Yes, they have to work in groups because that's also how software is developed today, and no realistic software is developed alone today.
Yeah.
And so also one part is, for example, a thing about issue tracking. So how do you spread work among a group? How do you make sure that the tasks are done and that they are done correctly? Okay.
So we would also learn the idea of teamwork in this, right?
Yes, definitely. of teamwork and of organized teamwork. It's
Of
not a
organized
pure
teamwork.
soft skill course, but you will pick up a lot of soft skills, I suppose.
Yeah, that is an external advantage. Okay, so any word of advice for the students who wish to take up the course?
Any word of advice? Well, don't take this course if you want the best grade for the least effort. Take up this course if you want to learn something really meaningful, which helps you in your work, and then you're good there. And you can get very good grades, but it will also take you some extra hour to do this practical stuff, because it's not only learning and repeating, it's doing.
Yeah, it's understanding and implementing that in a proper timeline, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So thank you so much, Professor, for all your inputs. It will be very helpful to all our students. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.